Hello, this is Essie the Rich Woman. This video is for the people that are homeless, living in their car. So I've been seeing some videos and the police lie. They lie to you. I have lived in my car for 14 and a half years and I have had the police to lie to me. Several police. Tell you that it's illegal to sleep in your car in a certain city. One video I was watching, the lady said that the police told her it's illegal to sleep in your car in the whole state. So it's just amazing to me how police they're supposed to be law enforcement, and they will mess with someone that's falling on hard times, and can't afford rent, can't afford a place to live, and they live in a car, and then you get knocks at your window, pounding on your window, harassing you, and all you're doing is sleeping in your car. It's just amazing to me how police will go after just being poor, and harass you when there's so many criminals out there that's actually doing violent crimes, snatching purses, going into stores, snatching stuff off the rack and running out, doing all kinds of horrible crimes. But where's the police when you see those people doing that? You be like, where's the police? They're probably somewhere harassing an innocent person for sleeping in their car. Harassing some poor person. That's probably where they at the time all these other crimes are going on. So yeah, the police will lie to you in a heartbeat. They can lie. Put it like that. It's not illegal for law enforcement to lie to you. It's not illegal. It's legal. So they can lie to you. But the best thing to do is when the police tell you these lies. So when they tell you it's illegal to sleep in your car in this city, or it's illegal to sleep in your car in this state, ask them for the code for that. Can you give me the code for that? And 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna be able to give you the code for it. Or if they do give you the code for it, it won't be the way they said it. So the city that I was homeless, living in my car for years, the police would tell me it's illegal to sleep in your car in this city. So, but one police was honest with me, and he told me it's illegal to sleep in your car on the streets, on the city streets. He said you were in a parking lot, and a parking lot is private property. So the police cannot say it's illegal to sleep in your car in the whole state or in the whole city. There's private property, and they can't run the private property. So if the property manager tells you that you can't sleep here, or the owner, like say if it's one store and they own that whole property, then the manager of the store, whatever, may tell you you can't sleep there. Then you can't sleep there. And sometimes the property manager or the manager, they would just call the police so they can tell you not to sleep there. Like they might not want to approach you themselves, because they might not think, they may think that you have mental problems, or if you may attack them or whatever. So they will have to call the police and tell the police to tell you that you can't stay there. Then you can't stay in like a Walmart parking lot or any other parking lot unless the property manager, the manager of the store, or security for that parking lot tells you that you can't sleep there, or sometimes they'll have signs. So it's best to sleep in parking lots that don't have signs, that don't say no overnight parking, or it's best to sleep in shopping centers that don't have security, because the security could be a pain in the butt too, especially if they're not like understanding, and if they don't have like a laid back attitude. Because some securities they think they're the police and they not. So their little job goes to their head, and so they're harassing poor people too. Like when I first became homeless, I was sleeping at a Walmart but it was a shopping center with the Walmart, and they had security, and it was a black woman. And I'm like, I would never understand this, but this black woman, she was always circling near my car, shining her light when it was nighttime, shining her light, because she was a night shift, and she would turn so her lights would shine in my car all the time. She was constantly. One night, I think she did it like 7 times, and I was like, what? Why is she doing this? I knew she was picking with me, and so she did like 7 times. I'm like, I have had enough. I jumped out of my car, and I was going to say something to her, and she drove. She never came by my car again that night. Never came by my car again that night after I jumped out. And she knew I jumped out too. Because one day later on, like I don't know how long ago, but it was sometime days or weeks later, we were talking, and then she said something about me having, I don't know if she said anger or attitude or something like that. She brought that up about me having some type of what did she call it, like something about me getting angry, like I have a short fuse or something like that, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, she don't know me, why would she say something like that? Then I thought about that night. So that was the only night that I had got jumped out of the car angry, because she had did it like 7 times. And I wasn't the only one sleeping in my car in that shopping center. There was an older white man sleeping in his car in the shopping center, and he actually had been sleeping in that shopping center longer than me. When I got there, he was already there sleeping in his car. So it was other people. It was a few other people too. But I'm like, but they wasn't black. And see, I'm the only black woman. But you're a black woman. And then you're messing with me. You're picking with me, but you ain't messing with the other people that's sleeping in their car. So I was like, I had to learn that just because the person has the same skin color as I do, just because they're black, don't mean that they're black American. Because, it's a lot of, not saying all, but it's a lot of black people that come from other countries, come from Africa or come from the islands, and they don't like black Americans. And they know who we are. Like when they see us, they know we are black American. We might not know that they're not black American right away, but they usually know that we're black American before we know that they're not black American. So I learned that since I've been homeless. I learned that that everyone that's look like me is not like me, put it like that. And they more cater to other races, and they more friendlier to other races and they're really an enemy of mine. They look at me as an enemy, not as a sister or a brother, or a cousin, So I learned that since I've been living in my car. So now I knew, like, why would this black person be bothering me and not bothering the white people that are living in their car, but it's that they're not one of us. So but yeah, so I just wanted to say that tell them when they lie to you, tell them to bring up the code. If they give you the code, if they don't give you code, go to the police department. Go to the police department and ask for the code. You know, um, and when they show you the code, I bet you it's going to read different from what they tell you. So, like they told me, no sleeping in your car in this city. Then I come to find out it's on the streets. It's on the street is not private property, and shopping centers are private property. Um, Grocery stores are private property. All those are private property. They don't belong to the city. So, um, anyway, I thought I had something else to say and it skipped my mind, but I'm sitting here thinking and I can't remember. But all I can say is if you if you're not working and you're living in your car, please try to find some work. Try to find even if it's just part time, try to find something to make money. Even if you can't get a job for whatever reason that may be, um, see if you can do something to make money, because life is just easier with money. It is. When from years I didn't work, but then when I started working, it got so much easier. Being able to go and rent a hotel room sometimes, just to rest, sleep all day in the air conditioned, especially if it's hot, it's the summertime, get an air conditioned room and relax and sleep, So yeah, it just life is better when you're making some type of money. You can go get your hot meal. Well, now they have EBT, you can buy hot meal, but it wasn't in the area I was living at. In my car, I couldn't buy a hot meal with my food. 7-Eleven, I could, because you can buy the pizza and then while it's still cold. And then after you purchase the pizza, then they heat it up. So technically, if they do it like that, you can buy with a EBT. But a lot of places now have you can buy hot food now with the EBT if you go like to Denny's or fast food restaurants. But when I had EBT, I could not buy hot food in the area that I lived in. But yeah, so it's always good to have some type of money coming in so you can put gas in your car and pay your registration and insurance. Life is a lot easier when you have those things, your registration and insurance, because you can kind of speak up for yourself when you have those things. But when you don't have your registration or your insurance, it's harder to speak up for yourself because they harass and do all this stuff. And so I was harassed for years. I didn't have my registration insurance, but when I did get it, I was told, because they would tell me, it's because you don't have your registration. But then when I did get it, I was told I was going to be left alone. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And I wasn't. I wasn't left alone. And then I started complaining, filling out reports. So if you got your registration and insurance and you're being harassed by the police, if they lie to you and tell you it's illegal here and you find out that it's not, so technically they don't have grounds to be bothering you. If you're on private property, and you have your tax and everything, they don't have grounds to be bothering. You have your license. So then you can start filling out complaints. You can start going to the police department, getting a complaint and filling it out. But I suggest that you pray first because some of these police are very evil and they will retaliate. They can even take your life. So it's always good to pray to a higher power before you start complaining and exerting your rights to a lower power, because the police department, their God is Satan. So that's a lower power. So make sure you always pray and stuff for protection and to, keep you safe when you start filing these complaints on Satan, aka some of these police officers. Because I don't believe all police officers are bad. I do believe that we need them, but some of them are evil, and that's just a fact. So that's all I have to say. Y'all have a good night. Bye.